Thank you to Cade Silvermoon for their generous donation on Patreon. I set my bag down next to one of the benches, rummaging through its contents to make sure everything was in order. I've managed to arrive 5 minutes early for my match, a far cry from this morning. Yuuya-kun isn't here yet, though. I feel tempted to go outside and chat with everyone for a little more, but I decided that taking some time to concentrate is a better idea. It is really quiet right now. A while ago, I could hear the distant voices of the spectators coming over to watch the match, but now there's almost nothing. Just one whisper here or there. Hello! Yeah? My heart quickly nearly jumps out of my chest when a strange voice comes out of nowhere, eerily close to my ear. Why, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Yuuya-kun? Huh? Yuuya? Oh, that's nice. We're on a first-name basis already? The Akita laughs cheerily. Crap, I slipped up an N and I'm calling it by his first name. Ahem. I mean, Coco knows Coon. What are you... Nope, I don't like it. Huh? He sticks his tongue out at me, making a weird high-pitched sound. I don't like it. Just call me Yuuya. But, so, Rutherford-san, it's really nice to see you again. I knew you'd make it all the way to the finals. When I saw the draw for the tournament, I got really excited knowing that I'd face you in the finals. Gave me even more of an incentive to try hard. That's nice to know. I'm getting swallowed up by his pace. What is this weird sense of deja vu? Is he another June type of person? Rowdy and boisterous? I don't think I could deal with two of those. Excuse me, Coco. Yuuya! He cuts me off before I can finish saying his name. Fine, Yuuya-kun. Jeez, how fucking demanding. Is it time for the match to start already, and I didn't notice? No, there's still 2 minutes until that. I just wanted to say hi. He flashes me a big toothy grin, and I can't help but feel grumpy and annoyed. I get wanting to say hi, but interrupting another player when he's trying to concentrate? That's just dirty. I see. Well, Yuuya-kun, but man, oh man, I can't believe I actually get to play against you. I've been looking up to you for years now. You're my idol. Yeah, but I guess I need to apologize beforehand. You see, I kind of copied your... Oh, shit, the word changed. It's automatically... My sister totally didn't realize I was going to play against you. Okay, I get it. You're very excited, but Jesus, take a breather here and there. You're going to run yourself out of air. Oh, sorry. I guess I got overexcited. I've been rehearsing what I'd say when I finally met you in the for reals, but I ended up getting so nervous the words kept coming out. Yeah, I get you. It can be rough dealing with which is funny, actually, because I usually am pretty good at dealing with hey! His eyes widened a little at my sudden shout. My voice just came out higher than expected. Still, Yuuya-kun merely smiles, bashfully scratching his neck. Oh, sorry. There I go again, running my mouth again. It was just the last time we met, I never really got to talk to you. Since I was running errands with a friend, I really wanted to get to know you. Don't you think that doing it minutes before the finals is a bit of bad timing? I guess. It's just that I didn't think you'd feel like talking to me after the match. Why not? I have no problem talking to my opponent after matches. As long as they're not a headache, that is. Well, I just didn't think you'd want to talk to me after I took your title from you is all. What did you just say? Wait, did you just say that? I said I'm gonna win, yeah. Huh? People say that you should never meet your heroes, but in my case, I'm ready to kick my hero's ass. No offense. None taken. Wow, my mind has gone completely blank. I have no idea what to say, how to answer this guy. I just stand there awkwardly gaping. Seriously, the balls of this guy, interrupting his opponent while he's concentrating before the match just to nonchalantly call himself the winner. Listen, Yuuya-kun, I really think I need some time to focus before the match. Excuse me, Hazen, Coco knows it's time this match is about to start. Please go to the court. Oh yay, I've been looking forward to this. Yuuya-kun dashes to his bag, taking his racket from inside and rushing to the net. Perfect. I turn around to get my things from my bag and... Rutherford-san, good luck! See the guy standing on the other side of the fence, directly behind my bench, enthusiastically waving at me and smiling. Rutherford, do your best! Rutherford-san, go get revenge for me! I think he don't lose! Jeez, these guys... They're drawing so much attention to themselves with all this shouting. The Empire's now glaring in the overall direction, and yet doesn't seem to care. Shouldn't at least one of them be Seiya's match right now? I won't let these things bother me. I smile at them, waving back with all the enthusiasm I can muster. What's important is that they're all here cheering me on, and I can't disappoint them. Making my way downtown, making my way to the center of the court, I stand in front of the net, facing Yuuya-kun directly. He continues smiling at me the whole time, which I find a little disconcerting. We shall initiate warm-up. Players may exchange shots for 3 minutes. We both go to the opposite sides of the court. The umpire throws one of us a ball, and we begin lightly tapping it back to the other side, trying different shots. After 1.5 minutes, we switch sides, doing it all over again. Once we're done, the umpire calls us back to the center of the court. Shall we use a coin toss to decide who gets to serve? We both nod. Heads will be heads, Coco knows will be tails. Heads, Hayes, do you wish to serve first? Yeah, I'll take the serve. Good. I'm always glad to start by serving. At least this way I can put a dent in the score first. And hopefully deal some psychological damage. In that case, I think I'll stay on this side of the court. Very well. May the players take their positions then. I'm handed 2 balls and I slip one inside my pocket. Without delay, the 2 of us prepare ourselves to start playing. I take my position behind the service line and start bouncing the ball. I take deep breaths, trying to get a feel for how my body is responding. Okay, my muscles don't seem like they're too tight right now. I guess I'm still feeling pretty good despite not getting much sleep. Time to take away this tournament in one fell sweep. I hit a flat serve, trying to go as close to the lines as I can. Shooting for a service ace. Yuuya-kun reacts almost immediately, chasing after the ball with agility of a wild beast. My whole body freezes up when he reaches the ball. I just can't believe that he reached it. Usually my first serves are always no-touch aces. Arf. Yuuya-kun hits the ball with full power, sending it back at high speed. Luckily for me, the ball hits the net, never managing to cross over to my side. Yep, Dino! So close. So close. Sorry. Yuuya-kun kicks at the ground in annoyance, looking at the ball rolling on the floor. It's only then that I snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity! And realize that I've been frozen in place this whole time. This is weird. I know I wasn't just underestimating him. I thought that he wouldn't be able to... When I thought he wouldn't be able to reach the ball... But usually when a new player plays against me, he needs time to adjust to my serve. He knows all about you. He knows what you're gonna do. This guy, he reacted instantly to one of my fastest serves as if it was nothing. In fact, the only reason he missed was because he put too much power into the ball. Now, I can't let this get to me. Yuuya-kun is a very intuitive player. I noticed that from the videos long ago, and Keisuke informed it to me this morning. You have to keep in mind that he's the type to take reckless risks. He's going to try to score with every single shot, so get ready to have him return your serves with as much power as he can, is what Keisuke said. It hadn't really hit me how true his words were until I saw this. Right now, he was definitely aiming for a return ace. If I give this guy even the tiniest of openings, he's going to blow my defenses apart. Alright, give him no quarter. I try to blow away this feeling of discomfort that's taken over me. Blow it away with my next serve. This time I go for a slice that quickly escapes to the side. If he's going to try to push me back with power, then I'll make sure to make my serves extra slippery so I won't be able to control the ball all that well. As I was expecting him to return the ball like he did the last time, my whole body tensed up in anticipation, preparing to start running in whatever direction he sent the ball. Instead, and to my surprise, Yuuya-kun froze as soon as the ball began to curve, merely watching it as it passed him by. Huh? Wow, it curves that much? Didn't look at it. That didn't look like that in the videos. 30-0. God, I was so busy admiring the shot that I forgot to return it. Yuuya-kun immediately ran back to his receiving position to prepare himself for the next serve. This guy is really odd. Yeah, no distractions. I've got to keep my head in the game. If I put a spin on the last serve, caught him by surprise, then how about try to impart as much topspin as I can into my next serve. The ball should bounce closer to the net and then kick up at a sharp angle. If he isn't careful, he might miss the timing to return. Just as I imagined, Yuuya-kun completely misses the timing and ends up hitting the air with his racket. I think I'm dimly aware of the fact that I'm gaping right now. 40-0! The Akita pouts, fiddling with the strings of his racket. Was that first return just a fluke? It didn't look like it, but... well, it doesn't matter right now. It looks like I'll be able to run away with the first game so long as I focus on that. First set won by Hayes. Game count 6-4. Huh. That went well. I throw myself on top of my bench, taking the opportunity to sip on some of the energy drinks that I brought with me. This is weird. His way of playing has left me completely confused. There are times when he seems he might completely overwhelm me, and then out of nowhere, that feeling fades. I still feel incredibly uncomfortable playing against him, but it seems like I had no reason to. To be honest, I don't even know how he could have beaten K-kun so easily. I can imagine the two were having a close match, but not overwhelming defeat. He's taken this time to study, and then he's going to use that opportunity in the next 5 games. He's going to be fucking with us. And yet, the fur on my neck is still standing at attention. Every nerve in my body is telling me to be careful. I feel like I'm being hunted by a wild animal. Looking over to Yuuya-kun, I can't even see his face as he completely covered his head with a towel. He's tapping his leg a lot. Is he nervous? Maybe his nerves have been getting to him and he hasn't been able to play his best? Well, regardless, my only concern right now is should be winning this. If I can take a second set as easily as I did the first, then this match shouldn't last more than 1 hour. It's time. Will the players return to the court? Those are some quick 2 minutes. Well, Yuuya-kun should be the one to serve next. As soon as my eyes meet up with Yuuya's, my whole body tenses up. His eyes are completely different from before. His pupils have dilated so much. He really looks like a wild beast right now. Is this all just because of his focus? Because if so, that's some serious concentration power right there. Just to err on the side of caution, I decided to take 1 step back for this first serve. I'd be giving up my super offensive position, but at least I'll have more time to react to his serve. I take my position and prepare myself. Once it's clear that we're both ready to resume play, Yuuya-kun tosses the ball high to start his serve, and... huh? What just happened? Just like that, everyone has gone silent. Yuuya-kun's positioning... wait, he already served? Turn around to see the ball struck one of the fence's chain links. What? How was the ball already there? How did he serve so fast? Barely had time to react to it. That serve was just as fast as Morisaki-san's fastest serve. Even the umpire seems to be at a loss. He's staring at the ball completely dumbfounded. Hey, shouldn't you be making the call? Yuuya-kun calls his attention, and only then does he seem to snap back to reality. Yope, there goes gravity.
Alright, I'm sorry, 15-0.
Did you see how fast the ball went? Holy shit, it was faster than Rutherford's. How can a no-name player serve that fast? He's pretty good, too. Oh, the crowd is suddenly being so noisy. It's like a dam suddenly broke, and now their voices are even louder than before. I can barely hear my own thoughts over all the voices. Silence, please. The match will resume. The umpire's behest, the spectator stops shouting so much. And it looks like Yuuya-kun wasn't bothered by it in the slightest. In fact, it's almost as if he didn't notice them at all. What we need to do is to go into that, like, that super focus that we did that one time in that match, where we're just like, I know exactly what he's going to do. You know, we need to do that. How do we do that? Where's the button for that? He was already in his position, ready to serve again. His concentration is really scary. Shit, I'm starting to feel uneasy again. What the hell was with that serve? Is he going to start serving like that every time now? What was even the catalyst? That's too sudden a change to have come out of nowhere. Rutherford seems to be struggling a lot to keep up with his opponent. Oh, fuck. We get in other characters' perspectives. Even though he was doing well in the first set, it seems as if with every passing point it becomes harder and harder for him to keep up.
Shit, it's really starting.
Starting? What do you mean? Says a character that's not even on screen. I turned to look at Keisuke-san, confused by his words.
It's the same thing that happened to you, isn't it, Urashihara? Yeah, I thought that it wouldn't happen again since Coco Nose didn't show any signs of it in the first set, but...
Didn't show any signs of what? What's going on?
So this is what it was.
Even Akiyoshi-kun mumbled something out, and I looked over at him. His face was scrunched up in a look of worry.
Even you, Akiyoshi-kun? What are you guys talking about?
Just then, the sound of the ball hitting the fence echoed loudly, making me yelp. Game won by Coco Nose, 4-1. So you noticed it too, Hey-san? Akiyoshi-kun nodded.
To be honest, I didn't notice anything at first, but I walked in on Aniki watching his videos quite frequently, and sometimes I snuck around and watched them too. Aniki was always going on about having a bad feeling whenever he watched them, and kept saying that he felt like something was wrong. Didn't really understand what he was going on about. But seeing it in person is a whole other story. What's wrong? Is there something wrong with the match?
His switch is flipped.
His switch?
Shuichi-san nodded without offering any other explanation.
Can't someone just tell me what's going on? Can't someone just tell me what's going on here?
Not exactly, but I suppose that's one way to put it. The thing is, it's really hard to notice watching from a video, but seeing it in person allows you to notice a lot of new details that you couldn't otherwise. And playing against him allows you to notice even more. But then again, Rutherford-san has always been a little slow on the uptake, so maybe he hasn't realized it yet. To put it bluntly, Coco Nose is improving as the match goes along.
Improving? You mean he's getting better?
Keisuke-san
nods, his look almost somber.
At a very rapid pace, I might add. The same thing happened when I played against him. At first, I wasn't having much trouble against him, and then out of nowhere, as if he had flipped a switch, he changed completely. From this point on, his reactions are going to start getting faster and faster. His shots are going to get stronger and much more accurate, and his strategies will start failing against him one after the other. It's as if he entered a state of rapid growth in the middle of the match. I've heard that very talented players could do that, but I'd never seen it in person before.
Wait, what? Wait. So you're saying that, like, he's learning how to deal with Rutherford-san? Just like that?
Game won by Coco Nose, 5-3.
The three of them seem to be so focused on the match that they're not even paying attention to what I'm saying anymore.
Damn it, this hurts to watch.
Hey! I wave my hands in front of Keisuke-san's face to try to get his attention. He grabs my wrist and pushes my hands down.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I tried to tell Rutherford-san before the match, but he dismissed my worries, saying that there's no way something like that could happen in real life.
Figures, he's such a thick-headed idiot sometimes. Not to mention the lack of self-awareness. He used to be the exact type of player.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I caught a few glimpses of it when those players visited us from the US, but nothing on this level.
Shuichi-san nods.
Oh, Shuichi-san nods.
When Morisaki visited, Rutherford definitely took a few steps forward, but he's nowhere near that level he's nowhere near the level he was back in junior high. It's like he's been stagnating ever since. He used to be just like this boy he's playing against right now. He'd improve tremendously whenever he played against a strong opponent. Back then, he'd always used to have this look on his face as if he was having loads of fun. The harder the match, the better.
I try taking a better look at his face, but I can't see any of what Shuichi-san is talking about. To me, it looks like he's in pain. Shuichi-san nods again. He's crossing his arms so tightly that his claws are starting to leave scratch marks on his own skin. Wow, Shuichi-san, stop that! I pull his arms apart, and he takes some time to examine them. Good, looks like he didn't get so far as to break the skin. There's no bleeding.
I didn't even notice. But yeah, right now, Rutherford is a completely different guy from who he was 3 years ago. In fact, watching his opponent reminds me of how he used to play a lot more than watching him does. It's ironic.
I don't really remember a lot from 3 years ago. My memories are kind of fuzzy. I guess I wasn't very attentive back then. But I remember Aniki started to grow more and more frustrated ever since his first year in junior high. Eventually he just gave up, but he didn't have the guts to admit that he gave up, so he kept trying in name only.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Rutherford's skills have barely improved at all since 3 years ago. When Morisaki came from the US and again he started partnering up with Ishihara, I thought that maybe he'd turn around, but He always went right back to the starting point as soon as it felt like the spark might have been coming back. Crap, he's getting really overwhelmed by Coco Nose right now, if he doesn't do something quick.
While I wasn't looking, I hear the sound of something that had been dropped. When I turned to look, everyone's faces are plastered with shock.
Damn it, what's going on here? The first set was so easy, and now it feels like a completely different person. His reactions have been steadily getting faster since the beginning of the second set. It's been getting harder and harder to score points. It's like he's suddenly leveled up in every single parameter by a whole lot. I'm stuck in a defending position about 3 steps away from the baseline. From where I am, I have no hope of counterattacking. I'm just trying to stick out the point for as long as I can in the hopes that I can turn this around. Yuuya-kun hits another ball full of topspin directly to my backhand. Am I just imagining things, or has he been aiming for my backhand a whole lot more since the start of the second set? Shit, has he realized that I don't have much accuracy with it? Not only that, his topspin shots are different somehow. The timing to returning them has gotten a lot more tricky. It's like every single shot has been wildly different amounts of spin from the last. When I think I finally got the hang of it, he changes things up completely, and I'm back to square one. Gah. My legs are feeling heavy. The set has been a lot more physically draining than the last one. There's no comparison. And he's already broken my nerve. If I can't find a way to break his right this instant, then there's no hope of me winning the second set. 5-3. He really drew himself a huge lead while I was too shocked to react. I don't get what's happening here, and in the middle of all this action, I barely have time to think. I can't even come up with a strategy to get out of this. Well, not that I have never been good with strategies to begin with. I'm unable to reach a particularly strong shot. He launched the open court. The ball smashes against the fence, making it echo with the sound of metal.
40-0.
Shit, fuck, damn it. I can barely even stand right now. How did I get so tired? He's been running me around, the bastard. I'm having to lean forward to gasp for some air to come out into my lungs. The breathing burns so much right now.
All right.
God damn, the umpire's looking my way. He looks like he's genuinely worried. I'm fine. Just a bit winded. He nods. I quickly get back to my position before he has a chance to chastise me for the delay. Even if he is sympathetic to me, the rules are rules. It's my own fault for not handling my stamina very well. But God, to be running on fumes by the end of the second set, all of a sudden it looks like I'm in a pinch. I give a signal to Yuuya-kun, telling him I'm ready to continue. His face is almost like stone right now. I can't read him at all. Before I could tell every little thing he was feeling because of how expressive his face was. Now, there's nothing. He's completely unreadable. Oh, shit, he started to serve while I wasn't paying attention. I need to run to the ball. Shit, I've got to reach it. The serve doesn't look like it was very powerful. Looks like he put a lot of topspin on the ball to try to catch me by surprise. No way I'm letting this one go through. I managed to get to the ball just in time to... Shit. Fuck, I didn't even notice. I wasn't holding my racket right. Only half of my hand was gripping it, and the force of the ball ended up making it fly off.
Game in second set won by Coco Nose. Game count 6-3.
Damn it, this was my fault. I got so hung up on trying to figure out what was happening that I stopped paying attention to what I was doing. Leaned down to pick up my Immediately jumped back, holding my thumb as a sharp pain shoots up from it. Yuuya-kun and the umpire immediately noticed my pained yelp.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Shit, I think I hurt my finger from the racket flew out of my hand. I think I sprained my thumb when the racket flew from my hand. Could you help me apply some taping?
Of course.
Fox quickly got down from his chair, picked up a first aid kit and was stored under it, and rushed to my side as I sat down on the bench. Oh, damn it, this hurts.
I'm no doctor, but this definitely looks like a sprain. Would you like to ask for medical timeout on top of the set break?
Yeah, if you'd be so kind. The umpire quickly applies a very tight taping to my finger and gets back on his chair.
We shall be taking a 3-minute break after this timeout due to a medical issue.
Good thing this is the only prefectural. Good thing this is only a prefectural tournament. If this were nationals, I don't think the umpire would have even bothered to help me with the taping. Shit, my finger feels really rigid and painful. Are you alright? Yuuya pops up looking at me with worry. Yo, now he has expressions again. Yeah, I'm fine. It's just a sprain. I'm so sorry. I put too much power in the... Hey, what the fuck? Put too much power in the ball right now. Oh, it's automatic. It's a cutoff. Hey, it's alright. This isn't your fault. I wasn't paying attention to my grip. I was barely even holding onto the racket at that point. It should have been it should have probably flown out of my hand to the next swing anyway. Oh, okay. Geez, stop looking down at me with such worried eyes. It's hard to think of you as an opponent when you're reacting so kind towards me. Even though I've already dismissed his concerns, he continues to just stand there looking at me. Yuuya-kun? Yeah? Shouldn't you sit down and use the break to manage your stamina? Sorry, am I making you uncomfortable by standing so close? Oh, guess he noticed. A little bit, yeah. Sorry, I'll get out of your hair, but if you need any help, you can call me. I wasn't expecting that. Guess he really is a nice guy, if a little too enthusiastic. I get the feeling I've said these same words about someone else not too long ago. Rutherford? Yeah? My attention is snapped back to my surroundings when I hear a voice calling my name. This is the third time I've called you already. Are you alright? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Is it time already? Yes, please hurry back to the court. I don't want to give you a time violation. Sorry, I'll get to it. Okay, just trying to pick up the racket. Are you alright? Shit, I guess I know me flinching when I picked it up, huh? I'll be fine, just a little tender, that's all. It'll pass. At least I hope it will. The umpire nods, still frowning with worry. God, I really hope this doesn't get in the way of me playing. We will now resume the match. Michimiya will take the first serve. Alright. Deep breaths. Did he just drop his racket? Seems more like he was blown off his hand.
He's hurt! Rutherford-san reaches down to pick up his racket, but immediately drops it again, clutching his hand. Did he hurt his wrist?
Doesn't look like it, more like it was his hand. It's still not good. You think he's gonna be okay? Who cares? Can you believe that Hayes just lost his sight? I can't believe a player I've never heard about before is taking the sight away from him.
The not at all subtle whispers of the other people in the audience are easily heard by us. All three of the guys I'm with have their faces scrunched up in various levels of anger and annoyance. What's the big deal about it? Isn't it normal to lose sets sometimes?
You don't get it. It's a big deal in this case.
Why? Aniki has never dropped a single set in the prefectural level tournaments. Not even once in the past 6 years. What? Is that even possible? Shuichi-san nods, his eyes stuck to Rutherford-san's figure as he receives medical aid from the referee.
It's pretty difficult to be sure, for sure. It helps that Saitama isn't exactly filled to the brim with strong players. Other than Rutherford, Ushihara was the best that our prefecture had to offer.
Hey.
Sorry. What I meant to say is that the difference in skill is absurd. Up until now, Rutherford was considered the best tennis player to ever come from the Saitama Prefecture. Up until 3 years ago, he was considered the best to ever come from Kanto. He was Japan's child star, and there were a ton of experts banking on him making a professional debut before he even finished high school. People expected him to make it big, as in world top 10 big. Those plans kind of took a backseat when his play started to deteriorate a few years ago.
Didn't all this stuff happen before you met him, Keisuke-san? How do you know about all this? Keisuke-san looks away, fumbling for an answer.
Yeah, Ushihara, tell us. You acted as if you barely even knew anything about Rutherford when we first met you. How come you suddenly know this much?
It was on the news all the time, okay? I just didn't think it was relevant to the mention back then.
I see.
He doesn't sound sincere at all. Can you still stop bickering and just pay attention to what's going on? The medical timeout's about to end and they're gonna start playing again.
Alright, my bad. Just try to ignore the pain as much as I can. If I let it bother me too much, I won't be able to concentrate on the match. Yuuya-kun has already gotten to his position. For someone who was so clearly worried not a few minutes ago, his face is now maddeningly blank. Jeez, is that a switch on him that he can just flip whenever he wants to get like that? And where do I get one like it? Ouch! Shit, that hurt a bit. I froze for a second after serving. I can't let myself be delayed.
Fault!
I guess I messed up with the last serve when the pain shot up and I ended up missing. No worries, I'll give it one more try. I can't be too risky with my second serve or I'll stay away from a high-power shot. Instead, I'll go with a low-bounce serve that curves a little to the side. It won't have any crazy amount of spin, but this is the best I can do without being reckless. Just like in the second set, his reaction is almost instant. The moment he ascertains the direction of my shot, he's already on his way. My serve wasn't particularly fast, so we could reach it with no issues. Yuuya-kun returns it with a cross. I was already running to the center of the court, so this forces me to do a double take. Shit, this hurts. The ball flies straight into the net.
Oh, 15.
I guess I'll have to be more careful with my shots. If I try to pull away from my swing because of my finger, I'll end up missing my target. Alright, don't mind it. Take a few more deep breaths before serving again. This time I go with a very risky topspin shot. Since I haven't managed to score with any aces with my flats, and the timing of those is too unpredictable, I'll sacrifice immediate scoring ability in favor of an advantage in a rally. If I can get his return to be even a little bit off, that could be the advantage I need to get the point. Yuuya-kun sends the ball back with a strong, flat straight. But I can see it. His return was just a little shallow. If I can capitalize on this, then I should be able to score. He might be a better player than usual, but I've already recomposed myself for the most part. You're not catching me by surprise like you did in the second set. If it's a power contest, I should still win. There's no way I would miss the moment any stance would crumble. Strike.
15 all.
Yes. Do a little fist pump to celebrate the point. This is good. Yuuya-kun caught me by surprise in the second set, but the shock of it has caused my play to worsen. But I've had time to recompose myself. Even if he's reacting faster, I could still contend. I won't let it overwhelm me. No matter how much he improves during the... Wait, improve? Isn't that what Keisuke was telling me before the match?
Right around the beginning of the fourth game, he started to improve a lot.
Improve? As in he focused more?
No, I mean that he was literally improving. He was leveling up, if it makes it easier for you to understand. I watched his skills grow right in the middle of the match.
What? That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you what I saw.
Kei-kun, growth is something that takes a long time. It would be hours of practice before you could even notice a difference. And you were talking about a guy improving dramatically out of nowhere? You had to be imagining things.
I told you, that's what I said.
Hey, you two, what's taking you guys so long? Right. I thought that there was no way someone could improve right in the middle of the match, but turns out I was wrong. Can't wait for this match to be over so I can get a Keisuke's "I told you so" face. Well, if that's what's happening, then there isn't much I can do to counter that. If it's not a matter of strategy, then there's no matter how much I strategize, I can't overcome it. But that's only if he ends up becoming better than me. I get the feeling that as far as skill is concerned, I'm still ahead. I'll just do my best to settle this quickly. Stalling would be counterintuitive at this point. The longer I let this match go on, the more he'll improve. In that case, if I want to settle this fast, then I have to make an extra push. Forget about the risks, just barely control the ball enough so that it goes in, and hit him with a serve filled with 120% power. The ball flies straight into the net, not even close to going over it. Oops.
Fault.
Guess I was a bit too risky. No, this is good. This is exactly what I want right now. Yuuya-kun has taken a step forward. Anyone would expect their opponent to go over a low-risk approach of their second serve. In that case, safe to be damned, hit it even harder.
What?
He attempted to swing to return the ball to his racket, but only came in contact with the air. Did it go in? Was that one good? We both look up at the umpire in anticipation. He looks conflicted, as if he's struggling to make the call. Eventually opens his mouth and... double fault, 15-30. No! Before I can control myself, I shouted out loud with both of them turning to look at me in surprise. Do you have a problem with my call? No, it's just a reflex. Sorry. I can't even look at him right now. My eyes are glued to my feet. I feel like a kid who just tried to defy my parents. Very well, if you please, carry on with your next serve. Oh, right. I completely forgot. Sighing, I attempt to recompose myself. I shouldn't tarry much longer, but I always have a few seconds between serves. Right now, trying to avoid piling up the stress is the right call. Double faulting is one of the most stressful things in tennis. If I let that stress mount up, eventually I won't be able to handle it and I'll be crushed. Before this can happen, I have to let it out of my system. Breathe in, breathe out. Into my nose, feel the air going through all the way down my lungs, and out through the mouth. In, out. Rutherford, you're already taking 15 seconds, takes 15 more seconds, and I'll have to issue a time violation. That's alright, now I'm all done. I feel better right now, at least. And even if I did get the violation, it wouldn't be too bad. I have to make sure my head is in the right place, I'm not allowed to make any more mistakes. 15:30. If I screw up here, he'll hold the break point. If he breaks my first serve, the first set, and gets ahead, I'm not sure that I'd be able to catch up. In that case, even if it would be the most logical choice, I'll forego the conservative approach. This match is going to be about guts. I shouldn't be afraid to take risks, even if it failed me the last time. I had a powerful topspin shot. Instead of tightly aiming close to the lines, I'll be satisfied as long as the ball goes in. Huh? It went in. Yuuya can manage to return, but he got caught off guard by that shot. Right now I have the advantage. Use this time it takes him to recover and... serve and volley! Strike. Yeah! I slammed the ball straight down from my position right on top of the net. There's no way I could miss. Yuuya doesn't have enough time to reach for the ball as it flies away to the opposite direction. 30 all. Yes! I left both my hands up towards the sky shouting in joy. It worked! My high-risk strategy worked! Now I just have to take care and make sure it keeps working. Or so I'd like to say, but even I know that constantly taking risks like that wouldn't be feasible. Instead, I'll make sure to pepper these high-risk shots together with a more conservative pace. If I can break away from a highly defensive stance straight into a strong attack, I might just confuse him. If he's going to get used to my playstyle, then I just have to overwhelm him with different attack patterns so he doesn't figure out which one I'm going to go with next. It's funny, I'm starting to feel like K-Kun here. This is what it feels like to use your brains. You get back to the service line and try this again, but Yuuya? He's just standing in the center of the court. Coco knows, is everything alright? His face is incredibly somber, like he's just staring off into the ground. Is he looking where my last shot landed? Coco knows, please get into position if we resume the match. Was he seriously not hearing the umpire? I can already see the Fox's face scrunching up. He's starting to get annoyed. Coco knows it's already been 15 seconds, 15 more, and it'll be a time violation. No, he's seriously not responding at all. Is he alright? The umpire continues to stare at him for what feels like an eternity. Coco knows it's been 13 seconds. I'm issuing you a time violation. Well, if he gets another time violation, he'll lose the point. And yet, he's still not acknowledged the umpire's existence. He's just staring at the ground with a really dark look on his face. Coco, Yuuya-kun! My sudden shot makes both the umpire and Yuuya jump up in surprise. What? Oh, hey, son. Is that something like the Oh, wait. Mr. Umpire, why are you glaring at me like that? Coco knows I have issued you a time violation. You have 5 seconds to get back to your position before I give you another one. Uh-huh. What about the call? He called you tons of times. Just get back to your position already. Oh, really? Sorry, I'll get right back to it. He runs back to his spot, waving at me to signal that he's ready. The hell was that? Was he focusing so much that he didn't even hear us? Just how weird can this guy get? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just ignore it for now and focus on playing. This time I go for a very low slice, focusing on adding more spin and careful aim to then brute force. Even if I can't make his stance crumble just from that, hopefully I'll catch him off guard and make it so his return is imperfect. Perfect return. His ball went super deep into the court, almost touching the baseline. If it's like this, then we'll be locked in a battle of ground strokes. I feel like I should have an advantage on those, but for some reason, I've been struggling to make a dent in his form for the past set. He's not letting up. Each and every one of his shots is aiming to score the point. Even when I think I've got him in a bad position, I think he still goes in for the kill, regardless of the risks. I know that I can be pretty reckless at times, but this guy is on a whole new level. He's taking risks left and right. Every single shot he makes is a pretty considerable chance of missing, and yet they all go in. What is happening? He's starting to push me back little by little. If I let this point go for any longer, then the chances of me recovering are going to drop considerably. And yet, should I just give up on this point and focus on the next one? But then we'll be stuck on a deuce, and that's really not the place I want to be in right now. If I have no choice but to lose the point now or later, I'm just going to take another stupid risk. I'll go with a drop shot. It worked! Yuuya froze for just a second. Even though he managed to return the ball, he's now in a bad position. Not only that, his return wasn't deep or powerful. I can counter it. Ha! My shot hits the floor on the other side of the court, far from his reach. Game won by Hayes, 1-0. Yes, that's how it's done. Well, the crowd is really noisy today. Actually, aren't there more people here than usual? Is anyone even watching the girls' final? The sides of the court are so packed with people that I can barely see beyond them. I know this is a big tournament. Oh my god, I've been streaming for too long. Tournament for our prefecture, but it's still a local one. Why are there so many people here on a Sunday? Hayes? Oh, sorry. Crap, I'm wasting time. I've got to be extra prepared for his serves. Okay. Out of all the areas he's been improving on, his serve is the most dangerous. They keep getting faster and more precise. If I'm even a second late, I won't be able to reach it. Yuuya is quietly bouncing the ball over and over on his side of the court. It terrifies me a little when I think of him serving again. I couldn't touch him at all during his serve games on the last set, and if I can't break his serve, then I don't want to think about it. Yuuya finally grips the ball in his hand, lifting his head to look at me with a glare so fierce that I feel like it could cut me down. I took 2 steps back from my usual attacking position. If I step back even further, then I'll be completely stuck on defense. But if I'm not careful, I don't know whether I should attack or defend. While I'm too busy being distracted, Yuuya serves. Shit, don't get distracted after giving him the okay signal. I managed to reach the ball at the last possible second, just barely tapping it over to the other side of the court. Yuuya quickly runs up to the net, settling the point with a smash. 15-0. Stupid, so incredibly stupid. Why did I have to get so distracted right now of all times? His first serve of the set is the most critical moment for me. If I manage to disturb his rhythm here, I could potentially set him back for the rest of the set. Now I've lost my chance. That serve is going to serve as a confidence boost, and he's going to carry it into the next ones. I have to take him down before he manages to build up on it. Yuuya takes his next serve, a strong, fast slice, attacking my backhand. So he's going after that, huh? Since I don't have much precision with my backhand, I tend to drop the power on those shots to avoid making unnecessary errors. Yuuya is specifically targeting that, pinning me to a specific side of the court so I can't counterattack. Well, if I'm looking to a chance for attack, it's now. If I'm going to do something to break his cycle, then it should be here. One extra step. It was probably the hardest one to take, but I take that one extra step to circle around his shot to hit it with my forehand. Against a weaker opponent, that one extra step could be all it takes to score the point. A risky, high-level technique to perfectly return on the turnaround. Would be perfect against a weaker opponent. Yuuya easily reaches the shot, almost as if he was expecting it. Just as I begin running around to the other side of the ball to defend against the powerful shot, I notice that the ball... The ball is dropping. I remain frozen in place, merely watching the ball bounce to the floor right next to the net. Yuuya returned my counterattack with a drop shot. I was so focused on defending from another powerful attack that I completely disregarded the possibility of a drop shot. be honest, I just couldn't imagine someone like him having such delicate technique as to hit a perfect drop shot like that. It was my mistake to overlook it. 30-0! If I don't come up with something quick, this is how the rest of the set is going to go. And going by the fact that my legs are shaking, I don't think my stamina would last through a tie break. I have to find a way to break his serve and hold mine. Easier said than done. Ha! Yukun hits another flat shot at an unbelievable angle. Even shots that seem to be downright impossible, he continues to put away with ease. He barely makes any mistakes, even though the difficulty of his shots is ramping up considerably. Even though I'm playing at my best and my mind is completely clear and focused, even though I'm at my peak, I can barely keep up anymore. Game won by Coco Knows 5-all. I'm exhausted. My legs are quivering, barely able to stand. I've made it this far purely on guts. But guts can only get you so far, and now I'm running on fumes. It's my turn to serve again. If I lose this game, all he needs to do is to keep his next serve to win. The pressure is at an all-time high. Why is it that, at such an important time, my hands feel so cold? So cold. I can't feel my hands anymore. Shit, I'm starting to crumble under the pressure. Me losing the pressure? You've got to be losing to the pressure? You got to be kidding me. But this feels just like my matches against Takagi. Just remembering that guy. Remembering all the humiliating defeats. I can't see straight. Everything is a blur. Crap, my hands are sweaty too. I'm having a hard time just holding onto my racket. Hayes, please hurry up to your position. I'm getting called shit. Calm down, Rutherford. You've faced worse. Just breathe. But if I lose this tournament here... No, don't think like that. What should I do? Okay. So I was told these choices are the difference between winning the game and losing the game. But yeah, everyone's saying take the time violation, so we good. It'll be no good if I just try to power through it. If I don't take the time to recompose myself, I could end up making a mistake. And doing that so late in this match, it could spell out the end. I need to build up on a point more than anything. If I lose the point because I chose a bad strategy, my morals would tank. I can't let that stress carry on with me. Right now, I need to relax. Just breathe in as much as I can. Feel the air filling up my lungs. Hold it in for a few seconds. Then let it out. Focus on my muscles one at a time. First my feet, then my calves, then from the soles of my feet to the tip of my fingers, all the way up through my head. Feel them relaxing one by one. Hayes, it's been 30 seconds. I'm issuing a time violation. Ignore the Empire's call for now. Haven't gotten a violation so far, so this won't do me anything. I have 14 more seconds before he has to issue another one. I'll use every single one of those seconds to make sure that I'm relaxed as I can be. I need my mind to be as clear as possible. This is it. I'm almost out of time. Sorry for taking so long. I'm ready now. The Empire stares at me with a frown. Hey, sorry, man. I gotta do what I gotta do. I might not be 100% relaxed, but my mind is definitely a lot clearer. I can't really analyze Yuuya-kun and Kei-kun like Kei-kun would, but now that I think about it, I distinctly remember one small detail. It was really minor, so I never stopped to pay attention to it before, but now that I think about it, whenever I hit a quick flat shot to his backhand, he always returned it with a cross slice. Maybe I can capitalize on that. Either way, I won't know until I try. I try to hit a strong flat, making sure to correct for my aim. 70% power should suffice. Yeah, this fucking music, yeah! I try to hit as close to the line as possible to force Yuuya-kun into using his backhand. As soon as he starts to run to the ball, I prepare myself. If I run too soon, he'd just correct the course and would shoot for the other side instead. I have to wait until he's just about to hit and can't change the direction of the shot anymore. It's a gamble, but I'll bet my chips on this. Now! Yuuya-kun hits a cross slice just as I predicted. I've begun to run a split second before he made contact with the ball. If it's like this, I have ample time to get ready. I cut into the ball's path. I return it as a half volley. I'll position myself in the center of the court, and I'll aim for the farthest corner to his side. Go! What? Before he has time to react, the shot that he was so confident on was suddenly returned to him at the worst possible time. The ball passes with no contest, bouncing on top of the baseline and flying straight for the fence. Yes! I did it! I managed to come with a strategy and carry it to completion. I'm still in the running. It looks like Yuuya-kun has noticed what I did just now, and he doesn't look at all happy about it. Sucks to be you, fucker! I'll just have to carry this momentum forward before he can recompose himself and catch up to me. I'll pummel him with another strong shot. Since the start of the match, I've been cycling through my serves very evenly, but there's one thing I haven't done once during the whole game. Consecutive quick flat serves. No matter how I look at it, Yuuya-kun's reaction was way too fast. This is beyond the realms of just reacting. Did he predict my shot? Not only that, his return was incredibly risky, returning a strong flat with another strong flat. On such a tight course, he was aiming towards the open space on the other side of the court, but he was also aimed just short of the service line. The angle is so absurd that just the idea of using that to return a flat shot boggles my mind. The guy doesn't just have guts, he's completely crazy. Damn it, if I don't run... Wah! Ow, ow, ow. Hey, are you alright? Yeah, I just tripped, that's all. The hell did I even trip on? Do I have any bruises anywhere? Everything seems to be in order. Good thing I didn't hurt myself. That would be a pathetic way to lose a match. 15 all. It cost me the point, too. Shrug it off. That was a fluke. Although, if I'm being completely honest, my chances of getting it after that super sharp flat was pretty low. Huh? Yukin is really close to the net. Why is he looking at me like that? Is there dirt on me or something? If you're trying to catch me by surprise, then you really shouldn't telegraph your next move. Huh? Honestly, consecutive quick flats? From the last point, it was already obvious that you were trying to put more thought into your play. If I take that into consideration, of course you'd want to catch me by surprise with your next serve. In that case, you'd go with the one combination you've done the least during the day. Consecutive quick flats. That would have been a good idea if it weren't so obvious. Please take me more seriously than that. He then immediately turns around, walking back to his spot on the court. What just happened? He was a fucking dick is what the hell just happened. What was that about? Was he trying to rile me up? No, it didn't feel like it. Guy really doesn't make much sense. Well, none of that matters right now. 15 all. My situation isn't half bad right now. Even if we're tied, I'm still doing fairly good right now. Now that my mind is focused again, I can see the court much more clearly. My body also seems to move more quickly. There's not as much wasted energy. I didn't even notice how stiff my body had gotten before. Pressure is really scary. Now that I think about it, even though I've been in high pressure situations tons of times, I never once managed to overthrow my pressure, did I? I always just tried to ignore it and play through it. I really am pathetic. Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with it as long as I recognize my mistakes. When I think about it, I really do have a penchant for giving up without trying everything, don't I? I was ready to give up on this match just because it got a little rough. When in reality, the situation wasn't nearly as hopeless as I thought it would be. Out to be. I can still win as long as I do my best. It's been so long since I've played a real high-stakes match. I was always beaten so easily by Takagi that I've never really gotten to enjoy it. Facing someone that's so evenly matched with me, not knowing whether I'm going to win or not, this feeling is amazing. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're doing it now. Oh, we're getting into it. My body is moving so much more lightly, even more than when the match started. Even though I can feel the fatigue growing, everything that feels so smooth, the rotation of my joints, the movement of my legs, my swings, I feel like it's much more easier than before. It's as if a weight has suddenly been lifted off from my back. This feeling is so familiar. This just might be how I used to play before. It's been so long since I've felt so comfortable playing tennis. 30-15. I scored the point before I noticed it. Oh, my body is moving on its own. Even though my mind is drifting off and on other places, my body is moving almost on instinct alone. Even before my mind could decide on the best path to take, my body is already doing it. Yukun's face is so scrunched up right now, I guess he must really be struggling to keep up. Here's that Ultra Instinct, hell yeah! The more we go on like this, the lighter I feel. This is just too much fun. It's like we were tethering on the edge, too evenly matched for one of us to really pull ahead. But right now, I definitely have the upper hand. Yukun's shots are becoming more and more forceful. He's trying to stay on the offensive when he's being pressured. That's commendable effort on his part. I can't help just how much he reminds me of myself. Even when he's being pushed, his eyes are always sharp and full of life. Even if he's frustrated, he's still enjoying himself. I used to play like that before. I had forgotten what that feeling was like. I missed it. Once again, my shot paints the lines. It's scary just how much my control has improved right now. I keep firing off risky shot after risky shot, and yet they all seem to fall inside the court. 40-15. Even the pain on my finger has become just a little buzz that I relegate to the back of my head. It's not that important right now, and it doesn't bother me much.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yuuya-kun seems to be getting really frustrated over the sudden turn the match has taken. I would be too. In fact, I think this mirrors the development we had at the start of the second set. He's probably feeling the same way I was. Perplexed, scared, in denial. Serves him right. If he raises the bar, then all that's left for me to do is raise it higher. I have never really thought much while playing, but man, it's really weird to be playing almost on automatic. Yuuya-kun returns a rather forceful topspin shot to the open area of the court. That would have been a decent shot if it weren't for the fact that I was totally waiting for it. Once he started to get pressured, his playstyle became a lot more simple. Before, he'd at least mix and match his shots and trajectories a little, just enough so that I couldn't predict them. Now, all he does is fire a high power shot to one side and then the other. He's trying to have me run left and right, but it's become such a tedious and predictable strategy that I can easily anticipate it. I'll show him once again that I'm more than just a pile of muscle. I can also add delicate touch when I need. Blah! As if threading a needle, I try my hand at some really precise control that I'm usually not capable of. I gently tap the ball over the net, adding some spin so that it'll bounce backwards once it hits the ground. The ball skirts the top of the net just a few millimeters away from grazing it. He doesn't even make it halfway across the court by the time the ball stops bouncing, gently rolling across the ground. Game won by Hayes, 6-5. Just like that, the crowd erupts and cheers. I guess they're getting excited now that I'm in top form. Hell, I'm getting excited too. I'm glad we switched sides before my serve. He won't have any time to recompose himself before he has to serve. All right, now I've got the ball rolling. If things keep going this way, I'm sure to win. But that doesn't mean I'm allowed to get reckless. I'll keep a close eye on him, and I'll be wary of any changes. He's changed once during this match, so there's no reason to believe he won't change again. Watch him closely and just try to react as fast as possible to whatever he might do. A wide slice. It's just like I thought. The more pressure I put on him, the more attempts to fall back to his shots he's more comfortable with. The number of slices he's used has skyrocketed since the last game, and now it's translating to his serves too. Once again, he returns my topspin shot with another slice. Does he think the irregular bounce of the sliding motion of the slice will somehow throw me off? It doesn't really make sense. In terms of throwing me off my rhythm, that topspin forehand with a regular bounce was much better at doing that job, but I guess he's not as comfortable using that as he is the slice. I'll try to mix and match the angles of my shots too. Instead of shooting for a baseline again, I'll shoot for a quick cross-court flat at a sharp angle. Good, that seems to have caught him off guard. You can freeze it for just a second and... 0-15! Score! This strategy just might actually bring me to victory. At this point, Yuuya-kun is so riled up, the odds of him recovering at this point are very low. As long as he continues playing this over-aggressive, his attack pattern will remain predictable. In that case, I should have no difficulty coming up with ways to counterattack. Just like last time, Yuuya-kun comes at me with another slice, this time aiming for the center instead of going wide. The shot is even faster than the last one, but the spin is much weaker. As far as slices go, this certainly isn't one of the best. I return with a quick cross-court shot. This catches him off guard as he had already begun running towards the open court. He's forced to break mid-dash and run the other way. Yuuya manages to reach the ball, hitting another crazy angled shot. Unfortunately for him, his body balance was completely thrown off, causing his shot to fly straight into the net. 0-30. 2 more point. I just need 2 more points to win. Yuuya-kun's grip on his right has become so tight that his hands have begun to shake. Not only that, he's grinding his teeth in a way that he's making weird noises from his mouth. I guess I can understand being frustrated. It felt as if he was leading the match, only to suddenly have it turned on his head at the last stretch. Having victory so close to then having it snatched away. But I'm here to win, and I can't let pity get in the way of that. It takes a few seconds, but it seems like Yuuya has managed to get his temper under control. But his face is nowhere near as neutral as it was before. While a few minutes ago his expression was completely blank and betrayed nothing. Now his brows are furrowed, his fur is bristled, his nostrils are flared, his fangs are showing. I could tell what he was going to do during the game, but I couldn't tell what he was feeling. Now he's completed his transformation into an open book? Bad analogy. But the flaring of his temper has also brought a change to his playstyle once again. Instead of falling back towards a comfortable shot, he just hit a serve with as much power as he could. He could barely reach the ball in time, even though this was his fastest serve today. He managed to get it to go to a terrible spot for me. Instead of coming at me with slices, he's pounding the ball with renewed vigor. Shit, I'm having trouble keeping up. I need to slow down the point in order to catch up. I'll go with a slice. The extra time it takes for the slice to reach his side of the court gives me a chance to better position myself. Yuuya continues to pummel the ball with almost no concert for placement. Right now he's all about power. As I continually go for slower shots, I'm given the chance to get more comfortable. Eventually, we're locked in an evenly matched battle of ground strokes, except I'm thinking clearly, and I see the easy chance for another angled shot aiming just short of the service line. Huh? The instant I hit the ball, I can already tell that there's something off. It hits the ground with incredibly close to the line, sliding away from Yuuya-kun's range. The umpire's eyes are glued to the ground for what feels like an eternity, trying to decide if the shot was in or out. But even before he announced it, my stomach's already dropped because I could already tell that out. 15-30. Fuck you. My aim was off. I don't know why, but at the last moment it was as if my shoulder joint had just seized up. Actually, now that I think about it, my entire body feels heavier. Damn it, I was playing without even paying attention to myself. I went over my limit without even noticing. Guess I got so absorbed in the feeling of satisfaction that I forgot to manage my stamina, and I ended up pushing myself too far without bothering to save up some for the home stretch. My legs feel like they're about to split open. I try making wide movements with my body to try to warm myself back up again, but my entire body suddenly feels so heavy. My muscles are seizing up, and I didn't pay attention to the warning signs. Crap, Yuuya-kun's about to serve again. I try to run towards the ball, but I immediately tell that I won't reach. It hits the fence, echoing the sharp sounds of metal. Dirty all. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. I was careless, and now I'm paying the price. I already know that I was close to my limits, so I should have taken care to save up some energy. What should I do? The situation has suddenly turned into a great pinch. Okay, this was the second choice y'all warned me about. Y'all said, if I remember correctly, as Jing says right there, push myself and bet it all on this game versus play safe and try to win in the tiebreak. The tiebreak, I remember someone saying the tiebreak is a death trap. Right. It's do or die. If I don't find a way to break his serve right now, what chance will I have at a tiebreak? My energy isn't going to miraculously return. It's only downhill from here. I know that if I push myself over the edge, I might be able to get one last boost. But on the other hand, if I risk it all here and can't break, I'll have absolutely zero chance at a tiebreak. No, thinking like this is pointless. I'd have no chance at the tiebreak to begin with. I'll summon up every ounce of energy I still have, and if I've truly run out, then I'll just play him on guts alone. I don't care if this match leaves me so exhausted that I can't move. I'm winning this, and I'm winning this right now. On the next episode. I'm kidding. Yuuya restarts the match with another forceful serve. While it's plenty fast, my legs somehow oblige my desperate pleas and begin to move properly once again. Even if my arms still feel somewhat heavy, I can definitely hit it back. Just like that, we're locked in a stalemate. Yuuya-kun's attacks are too predictable. As long as I can still run, I can still deal with them. On the other hand, I can't seem to control the ball as well as I was before, and my shots aren't as forceful. I can take big risks like I was before. They just wouldn't pay off. But I need to come up with some way to turn this around. I'm well aware that I'm out of fuel, and unless I want to come to a full stop before this match is over, I have to do something. Even if it's risky, now is the time to risk it all. Just continuing to play this game at a high pace was already a gamble. Might as well go all the way. I hit a drop shot, silently hoping that it'll catch him by surprise. Even though his face doesn't betray much, he seemed to have been delayed one step. Will it be enough? Yuuya-kun throws himself to the ground, attempting to pick the ball up before he had a chance to fall, but he fails. He's just a few centimeters short of the mark, and the ball rolls on the floor towards his face. 30-40. Match point! Hayes, finish it now! Coco knows, don't give up! The crowd seems to get more riled up the closer the match comes to an end. At this point, my heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest, but it's no dream. I do have the match point. This is my chance. I doubt I'd make it last to a deuce. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if he manages to get to a deuce, my chances of winning will go down to a near zero. I need to get this last point no matter what. Yuuya could pass himself clean to whatever specks of dirt clung to his fur and clothes after his fall. His glare feels incredibly sharp. I feel uncomfortable having him stare at me like that, but I suppose I can understand his anger. There's nothing I can do about it. We both walk back to our positions to start what is hopefully going to be the last rally of this match. Yuuya comes at me with another powerful flat serve. I swear these keep getting faster. I managed to reach it, but only by the skin of my teeth. My return was just good enough to avoid an instant counter. Once again, we initiate a contest of ground strokes. If my body were moving just a little more responsibly, I feel like I could clinch this point fairly easily. His predictability is the only reason I can still keep up. If he was just playing a little more rationally right now, he'd probably win. But instead, I already know he's going to attack with another flat... Huh? Before my very own eyes, I see the ball dropping right in front of the net. My mind is unable to comprehend what I see, as if in slow motion I see the ball leaving Yuuya-kun's racket, and with very little momentum, ready to drop to the floor and stay there. He went with a drop shot! At this point of the match, under all this pressure, as angry and as aggressive as he's been, he managed to recompose himself enough to pull this off! For a split second, I could see what looks to be a malicious smile flashing across Yuya's face. He probably noticed my struggle with my own stamina and decided to capitalize on that. Even though I feel like my reaction was delayed, I have no choice but to run. If I let this point escape me, I won't be able to get back on track. Ha! I nearly fall to the ground attempting to reach the ball, but somehow I get to it. Yuuya-kun's drop shot was surprising, but it was nowhere near perfect. The ball has too much power. It went a little too far over the net, making it easier to reach. But still, Yuuya-kun comes up to the net, ready to finish the point. I stand firmly directly in front of him. Left or right? Which way will he shoot? A lob? Right now, and I'm as far up to the net as I can be, he chose to attack with a deep, aggressive lob. I have no choice but to run. I need to reach this ball. I can't even see where Yuuya-kun is right now because my back is turned to him. And there's no time for me to turn around. If I try, the ball will bounce twice and I'll miss my chance. I've barely ever practiced the shot, but I'll have to go for it. Without turning around, I hit the ball from in between my legs, towards the left side of the court. Eh? Right as I hear Yuya's confused gasp, I turn around to see the ball went past its defensive range on the net. Please go in. Everyone has suddenly hold their breaths. Me, Yuya, the audience, we're all staring with anticipation at the umpire. He opens his mouth and... Game, set, and motherfucking match! Count 6, 4, 3, 6, 7, 5, mother... Fucker! The roars of the audience are deafening. The umpire barely has time to finish the announcement before his voice is completely drowned out by the howls and yells of dozens of excited onlookers. Somewhere among my friends are probably also cheering for me, but right now there are so many voices that I can't hear them. I still can't believe I actually won. It feels so surreal. I won. Somehow, even though I've had this title for years now, this is the first time I've been happy to win it. My mind seems to finally register that Akita standing in front of the net, racket under his armpit, awkwardly scratching the back of his head while glancing at me. Alright, I have to shake hands with him. Yuuya-kun, that was an amazing match. Thanks a lot. I stand my hand towards the Akita. His eyes tear up a little when he takes hold of my hand, shaking it enthusiastically. Yeah, it really was. Damn it, I'm so frustrated to have lost, but this was such a great match. I'm so happy. The Akita then opens his mouth in a wide, content smile, showing lots of teeth as tears stream down his face. I'm so happy to have finally been able to play against you, Rutherford-san. I hoped I get to face you again in the future. I nod. I can't really come up with the words to say. I don't even feel like I really need to say anything. We shake hands and then make our ways out of the court. I walk out of the court, and it doesn't take me long to find my friends. Most of the bystanders have already left as soon as the match was over, so there weren't many people for them to get lost among.
Rutherford, that was a great match! Way to deliver on the reverse thing. Although for a second there, I was afraid you'd collapse.
I wasn't just afraid of that. I'm almost sure it would happen. Mizuguchi-san, I thought we agreed not to criticize him.
Saya shrugs.
I changed my mind. I prefer to speak my thoughts.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Saya-chan. Saya smiles, giving me a thumbs up. Suddenly something very warm suddenly envelops me, nearly pushing me down to the floor. Whoa, Aki!
Aniki, I'm so happy!
Easy there, buddy. I'm covered in sweat. You're gonna get yourself all dirty. Aki shakes his head, rubbing it in my stomach.
I don't care. I'm so happy to see you enjoying yourself on the court again.
Oh, you noticed that. It was clear as day to anyone who watched. At the end of the match, you just looked like you were enjoying yourself so much. You have no idea how happy it made me to see you like that again. Thanks, guys.
Should we do something to celebrate?
Can we do that another day? I'm kinda too exhausted. I just want to get to my bed and sleep.
Aw, bummer.
Nikki, once we get home, I'm gonna help you take a bath before you get to bed. I get the feeling you'd just fall asleep and drown in the tub if I didn't.
You have that little faith in me.
Actually, I think I'll just take a bath with...
You know what? Different culture.
I feel like it's been years since we've done that.
Wow, really? I mean, it has been a few years since you last took a bath with me.
Sure, why not? This sort of thing is nice every now and then.
Alright, if you insist. I pat my little cute brother's head as he continues to cling to me even though I'm sweaty and probably reek. Sounds like a great idea. I'll join you guys too. The hell you will. If you want to take a bath, just do it at your house.
Oh, killjoy.
These guys are ridiculous. I love them for it. Day CS1? Oh, this is the character select day. Okay. So we will do that on the next episode. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the Trained Unprofessional, speaking for myself and the voices in my head when I say until next time.